Now we are going to be talking about the Winnebago County Wheelchair Wash event, and I'd like to introduce our guests Beth Culp and Michael Conley Kuhagen. So welcome, first of all, both of you, and thank you for joining us on Oshkosh Today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So this is first annual event, I believe, and before we get into the details, why don't we just talk about when it is and where it is. So Michael?
Okay. It's Saturday, June 17th, 2017 at the Winnebago County Human Services Building.
Okay, and so it's a wheelchair wash, which is pretty self-explanatory as far as what the event will consist of, but kind of give us an overview of what's going to be going on that day. It's not just a wash, there's other things that are happening. So to the person that's coming, what can they expect?
There'll be entertainment there, food there, other vendors, am I correct? Okay.
Great.
And as far as the wheelchair washing part of it, we will actually have people leave their chair, and we're going to take the chairs apart and clean the entire chair.
Wow.
And then have it inspected before it's before they get back in it. So while they're waiting for in a different chair to have their chair washed, like Michael said, there'll be music and food, door prizes. So yeah,
A wide variety of stuff to do
Correct.
while you're waiting for your wheelchair to be washed. And you know, this is kind of funny, but when I think of, it's a wheelchair wash, you think of like a Boy Scout car wash at the grocery store or something like that. It's not like that. They're not just going to hose it down and give it back to you or anything.
No.
Correct.
And the inspection part is really neat because I think not a lot of people realize the importance of that. And you know, as far as safety goes, it's a great opportunity to get that done. You do encourage people to register.
Yes.
Unless, you can walk in too, but I think there was a little more of a wait.
That is correct. That is correct.
Okay. Music. Who's going to be providing the entertainment that day? Or do we not, is it kind of under wraps for now?
it's a person who does acoustic music. His name
nice.
is Neil. I'm not from this area, but
Okay.
it's not Neil Young.
Oh, unfortunately not.
No.
And so, Michael, you obviously are in a wheelchair. Tell us the importance of an event like this. That there isn't anything really like this around here.
No, it's very helpful in terms of, again, just maintenance, in terms of keeping your chair up. It's actually part of you as a person, so, you want to try to keep it as clean as possible. Sometimes in the environment that we live in and the weather that we have, sometimes it's not always easy, but it's nice to have the option of coming in and just having it done.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's hard to find those kind of options.
Definitely. And the event is put on by the Aging Disability Resource Center, Covey Lutheran Social Services, New Motion, Winnebago County Public Health, and Options for Independent Living.
Correct.
So a great collaboration between a lot of people. Beth, you are a part of the Aging Disability Resource Center. Tell us a little bit about what that organization does.
We work with people age 18 and older who are looking for any kind of resources, information about long-term support, whether you have maybe a developmental disability, a physical disability, our entire aging population. We provide benefits counseling, options counseling. Most of the calls that we get, though, are people just looking for information, and we're happy to provide that.
Definitely. And Michael, you're a part of the committee. Tell us what your role is in that aspect.
I represent the persons with disabilities on the committee, and I kind of just sit and provide feedback to the board and also accept feedback from them in terms of just different things that are happening within the county and so on and so forth, just to keep myself abreast and others abreast of what's happening.
Definitely. And so you've been planning this event for a little while now. It's the same day as the farmers market, which is great because you can just pop on down after the farmers market or during, I guess, and kind of make a day out of it. And it's also a great opportunity to kind of raise awareness and understanding of the Aging and Disability Resource Center and all these other organizations here in Oshkosh. So why is it important that people are coming to this event, not only to get their wheelchair washed and inspected, but also to just kind of learn a little bit more and kind of network a little bit?
As you said, it is just 2 blocks east of the farmers market, so easy to get to. The actual office will not be open that day, but we will have information and you will be able to talk to someone about the ADRC and what we do, get brochures, get information from those agencies. I don't want to take the line from the Oshkosh Police Department, but we want people to know us before they need us. So it's really important that people find out about who they can contact such that a situation comes up and they can reach out at that point. But again, ahead of time, let us know what your situation is and how we might be able to provide assistance or information.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing. Not a lot of people even realize that the resource is there. you know?
Correct.
And so
That is correct.
that's another thing, is getting the word out. People got to be more aware of it. And, you know, even if you are not someone who needs the Resource Center personally, you might have a loved one or someone that can definitely benefit from that. So we're wanting to kind of spread the word a little bit too.
Absolutely.
Anything else that you guys are working on right now outside of the wheelchair wash? Any specific things that you've been talking about at your committee meetings lately?
We have our first respite opportunity for people with memory issues that's provided at St. Paul's Church up in Neenah. And that was, again, a collaborative effort with many other agencies. And you can find out more about that through, you could just stop into the Neenah Menasha YMCA and find out more about that. Had our first caregiver conference, which was free for all caregivers, because that's really been a primary part of the ADRC's focus lately, is how to support caregivers through these respite opportunities. And you know, it's hard to, like you said, get the wheelchair clean when everything else you got to do. So we're trying to do a lot of support for caregivers. So as you said, whether you yourself have a need, you might know someone or be caring for someone who has some needs.
Definitely. Well, once more, if we can just recap the date and time of the wheelchair wash when we can mark our calendars.
It's again June 17th, Saturday, 2017.
Goes from 9, I think?
9 to 1.
9 to 1. So it's right during the farmers market. It's located at 220 Washington Avenue, Winnebago County Human Services Department. So it's definitely encourage people to come on out. Any volunteer opportunities, I should ask, for the Resource Center?
Yeah, there are plenty of opportunities, including for that day.
Yeah.
And you can just call the ADRC and ask for information about volunteer opportunities or for that day too. You can also do that through calling the number that's on the brochure.
Perfect. And is there a website anywhere we can get more information?
On the Winnebago County website, there is an Aging and Disability Resource area to click on. And when you're on the Aging and Disability Resource Center aspect of the Winnebago County site, you can click off to the left where it says events and activities.
So it's all there. You just got to
is.
search for it on the Winnebago County website. And worst case scenario, just Google it, right?
Correct, yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for joining us, telling us about this really cool event. I hope to have you in again next year and make this an annual thing, or even
We hope so too.
more than that.
So.
Yeah.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM. And Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. Oshkosh Today.